How did the program start? Well, essentially in 2022, Governor Wolf signed into legislation the Clean Water Procurement Program. Essentially, it's a pay-for-performance effort, and it's for the purchase of nutrient reductions, nitrogen, phosphorus, as well as sediment, in an effort to reduce impairments and nutrient pollution as it's associated with not only the streams within Pennsylvania, but ultimately for purposes of complying with the Chesapeake Bay program and the watershed implementation plan. It's referred to as Act 54, and really that purchase is to be done in accordance with the Pennsylvania Procurement Code. So the process we set up does in fact comply with the Pennsylvania Procurement Code. One of the questions we get about the program is, where's the funding coming from? Well, we could actually receive funding from a variety of places. It could come from state appropriations, it could come from federal appropriations or grants, could be from other agencies. If folks have or nonprofits have gifts and contributions they want to make to the program, we'll certainly be happy to receive those and put them towards the program. Folks that can participate in the program as a qualified bidder can essentially be anyone that's coordinating the implementation of best management practices that are associated with nutrient and sediment reductions. One thing that is needed to be a qualified bidder is you need to have a verification plan for those reductions that is approved by the Department of Environmental Protection. We also need to make sure that any qualified bidder is not on a debarment list or suspension list with the Department of General Services, that the entity is not in any default with the Commonwealth and is not in current violation of any Clean Streams Law or Department of Environmental Protection regulations. Essentially, an entity needs to be in good standing. The types of projects that are eligible, we got a lot of comment and responses on what's eligible when we were drafting our guidance. Essentially, it does need to be a best management practice that is tracked within the Chesapeake Bay nutrient tracking tool and to be a qualified practice. And the reason for that is we want to make sure that any reductions that are achieved are going to be recognized by the Chesapeake Bay program at EPA, so that but Pennsylvania actually gets credit for those reductions. So we want to make sure that when these funds are expended, that we're paying for reductions that can go towards compliance with the watershed implementation plan. Types of projects that are ineligible are ones that are funded locally by state or federal resources. Any percentage of nutrient reduction or sediment reductions that are funded by local, state, and federal resources aren't going to be eligible. Reductions that resulted from practices that were implemented prior to October 1st of 2023 are ineligible. In addition to that, any manure exporting that's being done as part of meeting regulatory requirements with Act 38 of 2005 would not be eligible as well. And finally, any reductions that are sold or traded as part of DEP's nutrient trading program for compliance with NPDES permits would not be eligible for this program. And that's essentially basically you can't double dip. You can't use the same credit in that program and then for this program. All the pertinent information for the program is on our website. If you go to Penvest homepage, you will see a link for the Clean Water Procurement Program. When you select that link, it's going to go drill down into the landing page for the program. And on that page, you're going to see the guidance that was adopted by the Penvest Board of Directors at its board meetings. So I would encourage any folks that want to really drill down and get more familiar with the program to read that guidance prior to completing any applications. It also gives the step-by-step instructions on how to first register within the Chesapeake Bay nutrient tracking tool so that you can get in there and identify what practices that are eligible, how to submit them to the Department of Environmental Protection for the verification process. It'll also provide you the next step of getting a project ID number from Penvest so that we're able to properly track submittals. And it's also going to give you the downloadable documents of examples of the application. So if you want to see what the application looks like, what the questions are going to be prior to actually going through it, and some of the requirements of things that are going to need to be submitted and completed as part of the application, specifically those required documents that are part of the Pennsylvania procurement process that are just kind of standard terms and conditions. And then finally is the link for the application that you can start. It does go through DocuSign, and once you start the application, you are able to kind of save it and then jump out and come back in. But I would encourage folks to, for ease, maybe prepare the information and documents prior to getting into DocuSign so that you have it ready at your fingertips to enter into the application.